Aaliyah, you
Yeah.
do you want to cue us up and let everybody know kind of like what we're talking about today? Because it's all your fault.
Sure, Lisa, just put me on the spot anytime. So I wasn't able to make the last call, but the call before we had ended on talking about how I felt that estrangement was more of letting go of control. And then Ruth kind of commented that she thought it was total control, taking over total control. And so that's where we're going to start today is just like, is it just letting go of control? Because in my perspective, it was like, I finally don't have to worry about what my mom's thinking. I just get to let go and focus on my own life and not worry about what how I was feeling and how she was stressing me out. And I was just like, letting go of that attachment felt really good for freedom in my life. And so, Ruth, what were you thinking? Or Jillian kind of agreed with Ruth when it
Yeah, I
was
think
total control.
I think there were I two things. I was thinking you didn't think you had any control in that relationship, so you were not letting your mom control you anymore. That's what you were letting go of.
Yeah.
So that was different than what I was thinking, because I was thinking um for you to let go of it was being in control. So there's really two different things, two different
Like,
controls going on there.
right. Yeah, there's one of completely letting go and completely taking control. I was taking control of my own life because I felt like I was being heavily weighed down by the relationship I had with my mother and that she wasn't understanding my life choices or what I was doing. And I had to keep explaining myself or getting guilt trips that I moved away. And she was like, when are you coming to visit? When am I going to see you again? And it's weighing on someone who's in their 20s and just wants to explore life and party and have a lot of fun and just so to me, I wanted, I guess, to take back control and let go of everything.
Yeah, and I
Okay,
know, like, go ahead, Lisa.
I just want to clarify something real quick there, Leah. So you said it being in your 20s. So you're talking about like the first time you estranged because now you're in your 30s, but you still think about that. So
I
is there
feel
now a difference with your age?
I think so. Well, maybe it doesn't have anything to do with age. Maybe it has to do with a lot of self work and a lot of realization in what I can control and what I can't control because I can only control what I do. I can't control how my mother talks to me or what she says or how she's feeling because she's completely entitled to how she's feeling and what she's going through because she's at a different stage in her life. And I think one of the biggest things is like just being able to realize that now where before I wasn't able to, before I was just very needing to live my own life and not feel like I had to check in with anybody or anything like that. I just needed that sense of independence. And now I see how I love my mother no matter what. And even when I get frustrated, we had that talk, Lisa, that like there's only you can only control your relationship and how you want to help her transition into the end of her life. And I'd rather not get upset and just not talk to her. I'd rather have her in my life and manage it.
Can you describe managing it? Can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah. Um, Picking up her phone calls. She'll probably call me 3 to 5 times a week and sometimes like 4 times in one day. And so when I say manage it, I know how much I have on my plate that day and I'm starting my own business and stuff. So I can only handle so much stress and emotions in a day. So on one of my lighter days, that's when I know I can initiate the phone call. I can call her when I have a little bit of space. And I've been very expressive over that. It's like, Mom, I'm not trying to ignore you, but I have a lot on my plate. So I will call you when I have space and time and energy to do it. So that's when I have to manage it that way. I can't pick up that every single phone call. I can't call her back every single time she calls. So when I say manage, it's typically a once a week call her, FaceTime her, chat with her, catch up. But then when it comes to the guilt trips and the like, are you ever coming back? Because I moved away, kind of, then I have to just be like, okay, I'm busy, or I gotta jump off, or, and that's what I mean when I have to manage it, because I can only feel so guilty for so long. And like, I love her, and of course I want to see her, but I have a lot going on. And so I would love for her to come. I've always invited. It's an open door, but it's like, I don't know. She hasn't come this way yet.